Maybe that's why you're sick.
Sick in the head, maybe. Alright, let's try this for reals now. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Rogue Valley Roleplayers as we get ready for another exciting session of Valley of Famine Season 2. I didn't check, but I think this is the 7th episode of our 2nd season. My name's Ben. I'm here with Rosemary, Austin, Ed, and Nick. Rosemary's waving. Y'all can't see because we're not doing a visual recording, but Rosemary's waving. Just a quick forewarning. I have been sick. I'm getting better slowly but surely. So I will endeavor to edit it all out, but you may hear some less than stellar noises like coughing, sneezing, and nose blowing.
You know, just in general dying.
Yeah, general dying.
You know, life.
I feel like my voice is recovered by this point in time, but it may sound funky. I don't know. My voice always sounds funky, let's be honest. Anyway, like I said, we're here to play Valley of Famine. We're using the Deadlands Reloaded rules system, or setting system, rather, which is powered by the apocalypse. No, it's not. No, the system rules, I can talk. The system rules are Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, the brand new edition of Savage Worlds that Pinnacle has just released. So thank you, Pinnacle Entertainment Group, for this great game. Thank you, Shane Hensley. Thank you, Clint Black, Jody Black, and everyone else at Pinnacle Entertainment. I won't speak for the rest of you here at the table, but Savage Worlds is my favorite rule system for tabletop gaming, period. There's a few other ones that do some things fine, but just Savage Worlds has me covered on everything. Also, listeners, if you hear some sound effects that aren't produced by our voices, that's because I started experimenting with Plate Mail Games. They provide some soundscapes, sound effects, tension music, regular music, stuff like that. Ambiance, yes. So go check them out. I'll leave a link in the page for this episode. You'll probably already be seeing that prior to this. We're a bunch of episodes behind where I'm actually posting. Or ahead is the right word. But yeah, so you're probably already well aware of that, but this is the point in our reality where I've started using the sound effects and stuff, trying to make things a little more interesting. Anyway, enough of me gabbing about. We're going to hear plenty of my voice soon enough. Let's get to the introductions. I'm Ben. I am the game... Let's try that again. I am the Marshal for tonight's shindig.
I'm Rosemary, playing Deputy Rachel Jane Kennedy. She's a hexslinger.
I'm Austin, playing Macario, and our tree is a clever allegory for global warming, the murder trees. That's what I was trying to say. Are the murder trees a clever allegory for global warming? Probably not, but I'm Macario.
I'm Ed. I'm playing Daisy Gilmore, a weird scientist, but people call her Railin Daisy because she's gone off the rails on a crazy train.
I'm Nik S, and I'm playing Haru Matsuhara, the samurai.
And I'm Lazarus Black, and I'm Haru's personal demon, here to make his life an unliving hell.
Did a good job of it, too, I'd say.
Right, nice of you to say that.
Alright, so when last we left off, you'd finally quit yourselves of Xinjiang, finished all your business there, and headed back to Jacksonville and the Rogue Valley, back to home, back to where hopefully everything is normal and familiar. So yeah, along the way, you'd stopped in one of the railroad camps along the spur line that Iron Dragon is desperately trying to finish, because even though it's just a 2-day journey on horseback, they've made very little progress in the last 6 to 8 months of working on this. And you stumbled upon one of the reasons why, because you found one of the rail camps completely abandoned, devoid of people, kind of left a bit. Oh shoot, what's the word? Help me out here.
Kind of in the middle of things.
Disheveled. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, in the middle of things, very disheveled, stuff thrown about, and then you were looking upon the bodies of the railroad workers hanging from the trees by vines.
You all hear Macario scream out a curse as he's looking up at the top of the trees.
What have you found, Macario?
It's just like before. It's just like before.
I will approach Macario to kind of see where he's looking.
No, you
I will
like
look up.
at,
Yeah.
You look at Macario, and then kind of your vision, the camera pans up from your perspective, and you see the bodies there. There's no not seeing them at this point.
I suggest we go and inform someone of what has happened here. I do not trust to stay here overnight.
No, we will not sleep beneath these trees. Let's get to town.
I agree.
Or do we cut down the bodies and burn them?
These trees, these bodies, it's an impossibility. I don't know if fire will work.
Well, if fire don't work, then...
Rachel's just kind of staring up at these bodies with this horrified expression on her face. Do any of them look like they might still be alive?
Macario finally turns around, kind of like shakes the horror out of his eyes and looks at Haru. Haru, do you need to bring something from the camp to prove what we have seen?
And no, none of them look alive. Either you can see the roots have grown through them and stuff, and they're all quite dead.
My word should be enough, but I'll look around for anything that signifies like a camp manager or anything like that, maybe around, and like just stuff. That way I can bring it back as kind of.
Yeah, you look, you search through, you find. Yeah, you find like not really like a foreman's badge or whatever.
I think like a logbook even.
Yeah, but you also notice that these guys had no food. Their food stores were completely exhausted.
Does it look like they died because they were like impaled by the tree branches and roots and vines, or are there like other signs of like they were killed by like an arrow, out of a body's chest, or? No,
they all look like they died due to tree.
Oh, okay.
There's no. It doesn't look like it was a Native American attack.
They were dead, and then the trees just ate them.
Right. No.
Okay.
Maybe you examine some hanging low enough that you can see their hands, and there's like dirt under their fingernails, like they were clawing at the ground as they were dragged.
I agree with Macario. I don't think we should stay the night here.
I have found a logbook. I will take it back to the Iron Dragon in Jacksonville, right?
Yeah. And you definitely don't need to spend the night here or anything. It's not like late in the evening. You're very well able to make it to Jacksonville by the end of the day.
So are we just going to leave these bodies up in this tree?
I don't feel right doing that. But I also don't want to be out in this woods.
I just don't...
After dark.
Yeah, other people stumbling across this probably isn't a good thing.
It feels wrong to me as well, but the trees, they will hide the bodies just like the first time.
There'd be a lot to do to try to remove the bodies from the trees, and if we tried to burn them, the trees are too grown. They would not burn as well.
And they will not burn in the snow.
Well, hell, maybe we should go talk to Sheriff Ross then and see what he would say.
Yeah.
I agree.
Haru, do you recognize all these men?
A few of them I have seen around the camps. I pray that their end was quick, that they died at least fast, scared as they might have been.
Would the Iron Dragon have records of who was working out here?
I will bring the logbook back to Lonhui, and we will go over the records and see who the manager might have been.
I'd like to let any who might have families know what happened.
I will make sure that their names are remembered.
Well, guess there's no use standing around. Might as well keep on going.
And you keep on going. That snow only gets thicker, starts piling up on the ground. It's not prohibitively thick, just like maybe a half-inch dusting on the ground. And one point before you get terribly close to Jacksonville, you come across some tracks in the snow, large wolf tracks. And they cross the path and disappear off into the forest.
How fresh do they look?
They got to be pretty fresh because it only just started.
Yeah.
How large?
You look at them and they're massive. They're like human hand-sized paw prints.
Still could be a normal wolf. I mean, a big one, but still could be.
But this is a puppy.
It's got like that awkward, clumsy puppy gait. No, it doesn't have that. Actually, go ahead and give me a notice roll. Does anyone have a cult?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Go ahead and give me a notice roll first.
19
Okay.
on the notice.
Something that you do, something odd that you do notice about the tracks, aside from the very large size, is that they're not even, and at certain points, like it almost looks like the thing stood up on its hind legs and walked bipedal for a bit, and then like crouched down. Sometimes they're too close together. Sometimes they're too far apart. Very weird tracks.
All right. I might want to just keep that to myself and be like, we should just move on and hope that wolf don't catch up with us.
So yeah, you mosey on past those tracks and you get into Jacksonville, and it's feels good to be home, quite frankly. It's the town, even though it's snowing, the town's pretty busy. There's wagons going back and forth,
For a second,
people in the streets.
So you're gonna see it's on fire.
Oh, yep, it's all on fire. Everything's burning. Everyone's throwing marshmallows and hot dogs around. They're all dancing. Sheriff Ross just like, what the fuck is going on? I have no control over the situation anymore. No. It's all perfectly, refreshingly, mundanely normal.
Oh, nice.
Macario pats Guapito on the head and says, "Ah, Guapito, we're home." And Guapito does like a circle because he enjoys the petting.
He like rears back and kind of nuzzles you in the thigh with his wet, slobbery nose.
Well, since we're back, I'm going to go find Lon Hui
Okay.
and go over the logbook with her to find out more about the people that we came across.
Mm-hmm. Ah, you're back. You're gone for quite some time. Was under the impression you would only be taking a few days leave.
Some bad things happened,
Well,
but we did find Ethan Sutton and
oh,
inquired into what he knew.
and what did he know?
A man who had Iron Dragon script hired Lazarus Black, noticeably recoiling with discomfort. He had Iron Dragon script to hire the gang, and he had a most peculiar condition of the eye.
Oh,
They were two different colors.
that is an uncommon affliction.
I do not pretend to know such things about people other than there are many different people in this world with many different afflictions.
And what is this about this logbook?
We came across one of the camps heading towards Xinjiang.
Oh, are they making any progress?
No, they are all dead.
Indians?
No. The very trees themselves seem to be taking them as food.
I'm sorry, I don't think I followed. You've been hitting the whiskey again?
A little bit, but, pardon me, let me rephrase. We found them dead. We found no sign of Indian attack. We know not exactly what killed them, but except for they were all hung up in the trees by their own vines. Maybe some crazy wild men.
Maybe. Could be some of the hill people who never quite got accustomed to the Iron Dragon being here.
We were looking for the families and things like that so we could inform them as well.
I'll see to it that their families are informed and that they are given their last wages.
That is most generous of you. Other than that, we do not have much else to go on.
I see. Well, if you will excuse me, I apparently have a new crew to hire, letters of condolences to write, money to dispatch out, and I also need to hire on a new station master for the Grants Pass station.
What has happened towards Grants Pass?
Oh, nothing dire. The old station master took it in his head to resign and head east.
Very well then. I will head home and recover from my trip, and I will be back as soon as possible back to work.
All right. Glad you made it back safe. Glad you made some progress in your investigation. Good night.
Good night.
She promptly goes back to her paperwork. Macario, where are you headed?
I think we gotta go inform the sheriff.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Haru went off to talk to his boss. Are the rest of you all going to talk to Sheriff Ross?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I feel Rachel would probably head in and see Ross.
So you all go. What is Ross doing? Ross is where you left him, sitting at his desk, working on a ledger. He flicks it closed and sets it aside as you all enter. And he's got his hat like sitting on his table.
Where's Scout?
Scout's sitting in his office. Gets up and waggles over to you.
Scout has his own office?
Yes,
He
Scout has
deserves
his
it.
own office.
Yeah.
He's got his own badge too.
Yep. Scott, he's actually got like a little bandana he wears. It's got a deputy badge on
Yeah.
it.
Wow.
Ross gave it to him.
Rachel's gonna say, "You're a sight for sore eyes," and like walk right past Ross and go, "Say hi to Scout."
Yeah, I missed you too, deputy. Macario, good to see you. Ms. Gilmore,
Howdy, Ross.
good to see you too. Hope my erstwhile deputy here didn't get you into too much trouble.
Not really.
That's good. Whiskey?
We found trouble.
Sure.
We definitely found trouble.
I am not surprised, to be entirely honest. You seem like the trouble-seeking lot.
You don't seek trouble, Ross. Trouble just
Just finds you?
finds us.
Yeah, that's what I used to tell people too.
It was Chen Mei that led us into trouble this time anyway.
This is my surprise face. So, what'd you find what you're looking for in Xinjiang?
We found that, yes, but there is something I do not know if we ever brought up with you. The trees.
No, I don't remember anything about trees. What about them?
Well, Because I lack other words, I will just say they are evil. They are evil trees, Ross.
Okay. You got anything to back up that statement, or you just decide you take a disliking for the forest? I believe you. I want to believe you because I know there's scary stuff out there. But what prompted this?
They are killing and torturing people. I do not know how to describe it other than to say that the branches of the trees are taking people off the ground and piercing them like spears.
Oh,
That is exactly what it looks like.
that sounds unpleasant.
They've wiped out a whole squad of Haru's workers.
Oh, damn. That's so.
I saw him clear as day. Up in the branches.
I have to check
The
my
whole
books.
camp.
You might want to go check with the news office, maybe. Could be previous reports of this sort of thing. I don't know. Nothing like this has happened in my 4 or 5 years as the sheriff here. At least now that was ever brought to my attention.
What do we do?
We do some research, we find out why. Maybe something is provoking this, we find out what's provoking it, we deal with it. When's the last time, you said you asked if you'd mentioned this before, when's the last time you saw this?
A long time ago, when we first, well, maybe not when we first went out, but right after, when we just knew each other. I thought I saw it. I must have seen it, and when the others looked, they were not there. But I don't. It is strange, Ross. The bodies are hidden by the trees somehow. They're there 1 minute, and then you look again, and they are gone.
Might not be the trees per se, but some sort of Manitou from the hunting grounds. They can take lots of different forms and shapes.
We could ride out and look, but I suspect Macario's right, and bodies are going to be gone by the time we get back out there.
Quite likely.
Yeah. And where are we going to be able to research this? I mean, the Medford Library right now ain't got nothing on my personal collection.
And even if I wanted
If
to
there is a
research-
Medford Library.
I would check the news offices, see if you can get a copy of some of their old papers. I'll check through the records I have available at my disposal, and we'll see if we can corroborate anything.
Well, all right. But the newspapers, we should keep them uninformed, yeah?
Yeah, I wouldn't tell them anything. They'll publish some article and scare people. They mean well, but that's what they do. Just be real careful you talk to Valerie.
Oh, I think I met her. Very nosy.
I mean, that's every reporter, but yeah. So I was in Jing.
It's a shit.
There was a man with a submarine there. He was pretty cool.
Yes, I did enjoy the submarine, but they were foreigners.
Oh. Okay, submarine. What the fuck is that?
Exactly.
It goes underwater.
Oh.
This guy can possibly go to the continent of Lumeria.
It was the thing of dreams, Sheriff.
Aha. It's a boat that goes underwater?
We went underwater, and Deputy killed a octopus, and we ate it for dinner. It was quite good.
Oh.
He says this all completely straight face.
I don't know about the whole eating the octopus
Rachel's
thing, but
standing
that does sound actually really interesting.
behind Macario, just mouthing like, never again.
It scared the deputy. She had an itchy trigger finger.
I can tell. I can see.
So at this point, Macario's going to remember something and throw the wrench in the works of everyone else.
Uh-huh.
So, Sheriff, you have a creature inside you, yeah?
That's one way of putting it.
Has it ever given you a little paper bird?
No.
Deputy, what was that bird?
I don't rightly know, Macario. But it's gone now, so I'm sure it's not.
Someone give you some origami thing?
Origami.
Yeah, it's some Asian art thing.
Oh, yes.
Friend of mine used to do it from time to time.
And
I suppose he still does it.
it made Haru better.
Better?
Yeah.
How?
Well, he was...
He's not with you. He get himself killed?
No, he was stressed out, and the butterfly made him feel a bit better. That's all it is, Sheriff. Ignore me. I ask silly questions. I'm a clown.
Ross just give you this like, okay, Macario, what are you not telling me? Sort
I
of
should
look.
go check out the news, like you said, because that is a good idea.
Okay.
Courageous.
All right. Glad you're back, Macario. Things are getting dull around here.
And he leaves, realizing that he's fucked up.
Well,
Does he, though?
Yeah, I think he does. Eventually.
well, the two of you got anything left to report?
I give you a look. Well, yeah. We're mentioning Wolfenjorgen. I don't remember his real name.
Wolfenjorgen Schmorgen.
That's his name, Wolfenjorgen. Jormungandr.
Jormungandr.
I like
You named each head. That's
I could not think of
Jorgen,
his
that's
name, but I
Schmorgen.
just...
You should know that we might have fought a giant sea monster. Railin Daisy took care of a cult, and we may have dispatched the sheriff and instituted a new one.
You were busy. You said you fought a sea monster. Was that when you were doing the submarine ride?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh.
I know. I was very surprised as well. I lost $100 on that. I'm a little angry.
So where did you fight the sea monster then?
Dead Lake. Which, in retrospect, that name should have been a clue.
At a lake. You fought a sea monster at a lake.
Yep. My gun blew up.
Oh. That weird science will get you every time.
No, that's the only time it does so far.
Well, I take it you killed it.
You know, it was Tuesday, so that's what we did.
Killed yourself a sea monster.
Scout, I missed you so much, boy. Were you a good boy while I was gone? Yeah, she's not gonna answer.
Yeah, you killed it, right?
Well, my gun blew up, and
You didn't kill it.
we had to get out of there
We
before
had
we
to
all
get it out of
died.
there. That thing was gonna kill us.
All right, describe it to me, please.
As I pick up the drawing upside down.
It was... Have you ever seen... And then the fangs and the eyes.
Okay, it had fangs and it had eyes.
There was a dog head.
Okay, so it had fangs, eyes, and a dog head. Sure this wasn't like some sort of really bad dream, too much whiskey?
Then why do we all have the same dream?
That
There's a
shit
big,
happens
giant
all the time.
wolf snake with eyes all over the place.
All right. Obviously, you have the better memory. All right. Anything else?
Tentacles came out of its mouth.
All right. Tentacles sounds standard.
What do you mean sound standard? Nothing about that animal, creature, monster thing was standard.
Deputy. Who am I?
Alright, well, you can go up to Dead Lake and say hello.
In point of fact, I have some telegrams to send, and then I shall be taking myself a little vacation, and you can be in charge and see to the paperwork and the enforcement of the law in this town for a change, Deputy Rachel.
That sounds great, actually. I'm kind of looking forward to just sitting at the desk for a while. That sounds right nice.
Good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. All right. Well, unless you got something else to report, sounds like you had quite an adventure.
I'm not there, so I can't.
Nope.
Yep.
Neither am I.
Yeah, you left.
What am I forgetting?
Oh, there was the monster in the...
Oh,
what was
yeah.
that thing?
We broke up a human trafficking ring.
Oh, good. Glad to hear that. It's a disgusting trade.
Ethan Sutton escaped somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's outside of our jurisdiction. Wouldn't have mattered much anyway. Glad you got the chance to question him.
Yeah.
You didn't kill the sheriff over bringing him back, did you?
No, I killed the sheriff over human trafficking.
Oh, okay, good. That's less paperwork. Really glad to hear that, Deputy.
I have to stop.
As opposed to killing him over an abuse of your own authority that you did not have.
I really like the idea that he knew this whole time that she had killed the sheriff and just was waiting for her to come up and get to it.
No, she mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I kill sheriff. No, real quick.
Sheriff Ross is not omnipotent.
Okay.
That sheriff was a piece of shit, Ross.
I bet. Xinjiang is kind of a piece of shit town.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Crescent City, we love you.
I know, I really actually like Crescent City.
All right, well, I've got some patrols to do. You all look like you stand to get some rest, so why don't you go do that?
Yeah.
Grabs his hat, holsters his, well, actually he has his gun belt on. Just gets up, pulls his duster on, walks on out, tips his hat to you. Don't forget to log up.
Yep. She's gonna probably pat her leg to scout and head out
All right, yeah,
pretty
Scout
soon afterwards.
follows,
She wants to
following your
go
heels.
home.
And on home. Where you head, Macario?
I'm going to stop by the newspaper before I head home.
All right, yep. You see Valerie Rose in there, as well as that young lady you spoke to briefly so many sessions ago, but really only a few, like a week ago in game time.
Right.
Joe Kelly. They were talking animately over probably some coffee or something.
Excuse me.
And Valerie looks up. Yes, hello, come in.
Sure. So, how is the news these days?
Dull?
Yeah, pretty dull.
You got a story?
No, I was just wondering, are you thinking about adding a gardening section to the news?
Hadn't occurred to me, no. Why?
Oh, just wondering if you have been hearing about the great plants of the area, the natural plants, and any sort of strangeness or not strangeness, just things that are strange that happen.
Joe Kelly, this is the same very enigmatic, very strange, very mysterious clown that you spoke to when you first arrived in Jacksonville. Cryptic, one might even say, and now he's here talking all cryptic-like again. So
He was very cryptic.
yeah. What you got to say?
He was asking me about strange people on the road, as I recall, when I arrived. She's going to shoot you this look.
Are you enjoying your stay in town?
Very much so.
And heard about the gardening?
As a matter of fact, I have not. But I'm not much of a gardener. Mama always said that I could kill a plant with kindness.
That seems like a cruel thing for a mother to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you should see her put away a whiskey bottle.
I just think that watering plants with whiskey is...
Oh no, that's not what I meant in the least.
Oh, okay.
This is Valerie talking.
So really, you two are so bored? Nothing strange has happened?
Not lately.
Well, there
Joe,
was
you're
that...
working on a story, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't think that has anything to do with plants.
Can
Well,
be.
what kind of strange plants are you asking about? Like a Venus flytrap, or...
Sometimes you just hear things. I'm an entertainer. I hear a lot of things, but it sounds like there's nothing so strange going on, which is good. Maybe the news is a little boring, but gardening it's slow. It's not for everyone. I understand.
You've been out of town for the past couple of days, is the word on the rumor mill.
Oh, that's funny. I have been working on my farm for a few days, so people probably just haven't seen me.
On your farm? Uh-huh. I heard you and some of your friends took a trip to Xinjiang for a few days.
I went through the forest, didn't it?
That is weird. How did you hear that?
Valerie just kind of like looks over at Joe and looks over like the printing press and the notebooks are in this as well. We're reporters. It's our job to ask questions on current events in a very small town.
Good luck with your questions. I have my own questions, and I am going to go get them answered.
We could help.
We could help each other.
Sounds like there might be a story in what you're after.
It's no big story, but if you hear about any strange plants or perhaps trees, then you know where I live. Clearly, you knew I left town. I don't even lie anymore. You obviously knew. So you are some very good reporters. Good job.
Valerie gives you a very friendly smile, like trying to take away any sting there might have been of having caught you in your lie.
I do lie once in a while.
Well, you know what they say about lies and reporters.
What do they say?
What do they say, Joe?
Do they say that reporters discover lies? Or perhaps...
The truth will set you free, Macario.
Also, it makes for a damn good paper.
Well, I hope the truth will set many things free. And he pictures those horrible trees in his head that are piercing all the people.
Well, if you ever feel like discussing the truth with us, and she's going to slide a coin over to you and just say, you know where to find us.
I do not accept bribes.
Not
free money I will accept. And he puts it in his pocket.
I love that.
And he'll kind of feel like a fool because he learned nothing and basically made them super suspicious. And he'll kind of trudge home on Guapito.
All right, yeah, you make it home.
Imagine trudge is what mostly Guapito does anyway. Just
yeah, a few days go by. get settled back into the swing of things here in the Rogue Valley. Ross sends his telegrams and then tells you, well, expecting my friends in a week or two. And then, we'll take a little excursion out to Xinjiang and wrap things up there for y'all. Let's see, where are we going to pick up? Haru, you find yourself sitting in the Jacksonville Inn having a drink. Snow hasn't let up. Actually, a few things to go over here before we jump into additional scenes. So yeah, it's snowing. It's still the middle of November. And food is scarce. There's not a whole lot of food left in the valley, especially after the scarecrow disrupted the harvest. A lot of food rotted on the vine, as it were. And since then, a lot of food has gone bad in storage and whatnot. And prices have skyrocketed on food since. And there just isn't a whole lot of food. There's a lot of rumor mongering that there's not enough food for everyone to get through winter, even.
Well, that's real concerning.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, Haru, you're sitting in the Jacksonville Inn. About the only thing that is in any amount of surplus now is alcohol.
Woohoo! Well, yeah, since I don't need to eat, I'm concerned with the regular people, and non-afflicted as they are. I'm having a drink, but I'm trying to think of what might be causing this famine. Roll credits.
Good session, everyone.
I've also been working on I think Haru's been actually trying to work on a haiku that expresses his feelings for Rachel.
And Lazarus is providing you with all sorts of feedback on that.
Usually lots of dirty words.
Yep.
He's like, no, it doesn't fit. And he's like, oh, what fit?
I mean, I don't know why you're even bothering to try since you're, dead, like me, but differently. But you should tell her about, I don't know, her eyes or something. Write a line about her eyes. That's a good idea. Like, you're sitting at a table and Lazarus Black is sitting across from you, and you've got, like, your whiskey bottle and a couple of shots lined up, and, like, every now and then you'll take a shot, and then Lazarus will reach out and take a shot, and, like, from the real world perspective, it's just you.
Yeah, I see that.
We'll take a ghost shot.
He's, tapping a pen on paper and scratching out words. And...
I mean, he's still giving you terrible help, but he's actually, like, kind of trying to honestly help. It's just he's a terrible person.
Yeah. Tell her that the way that she looks makes you want to gouge out the eyes. It's like, whoa.
What is it? The backhanded compliment, right?
Yeah.
Like,
tell her the way she kills people with her guns really turns you on. Yeah.
You suck.
I mean, it doesn't because you're dead and the blood don't flow, but
Tell her eyes are her best feature because the rest is shit. Just something like that is what I'm picturing.
Yeah, and it's like Haru knows the blood don't flow, but he's still got a connection. He knows.
Yeah, no, there's an emotional bond there.
And so he's like, but nothing seems to fit right. And every so often he pauses and he looks at people who are, deep in their own drinks and complaining about their food, the food stores being down. And he's getting more and more agitated and nobody knows what to do. And so he's thinking of a plan, but he just doesn't know where to start.
And then Lazarus Black suddenly disappears as someone walks up, drags the chair out that he was sitting in, and plops on down. Hello, friend.
How can I help you?
The man seated before you has got well-groomed black hair, mutton chops, wears a fine black suit. He's got more colors going on than that. There's not every single stranger you meet is the man in black, but it's a common color.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's shuffling a deck of cards, and you recognize him as a local gambler, Ezekiel Boone.
Okay. Haru keeps his hat kind of turned down, How may I help you, Mr. Boone?
Care for a friendly game of cards?
I can play a game. Haru flips the paper he had been writing on just kind of over.
Writing some poetry?
Trying to capture one's feelings is difficult.
Yep. Tell me about it. Been there before, friend. He starts dealing out the cards.
What is game?
Poker, of course. What's the word, Mr. Matsuhara?
Word on what?
Word in general?
Not much. Still looking for what causing the famine around. People are hungry. They need respite.
They are. Folk are hungry, money short. I'll raise you.
I call.
You call. Alright, well. What does pair ace high say to you?
You win that hand. Pair threes.
Hey guys, I won. Well, you be so kind as to shuffle, Mr. Matsuhara.
I would do the honor.
You did some business up in Xinjiang, I hear.
Word travels quickly.
Small town.
What would you like to know about my trip to Xinjiang?
How are they doing? Food situation and all.
They have plenty of fish. Big ones even.
Huh.
Maybe large size eel. You should go visit if you are so inclined.
I might. They got food there. Good gambling scene?
A few people gambling, I saw.
I just might go do that.
That is an interesting idea that you've made me think of, Mr. Boone.
Oh, what's that?
Has anybody thought about sending a trade caravan to some of the coastal towns and acquiring food from them? Fish are abundant.
Well, ain't that an interesting idea? I heard someone try that. Fish is all gone bad to worms by the time it got here. Ain't that strange?
Even packed in salt?
Even packed in salt.
That is strange.
Ain't that just the strangest thing? Food just don't seem to keep around here.
Seems we are cursed then.
One might say. One might say. One might say certain other influences are involved around here. Got anything else to say to Mr. Ezekiel Boone?
Haru mainly just looks at him and kind of is appraising of what brought this man to Haru. I mean, Haru's been out of town. Sure, Haru knows about what things are like in Xinjiang, but Haru never has considered himself a very approachable person by most of the people. So
right.
He's trying to see if there is some kind of game that Ezekiel Boone is at.
I mean, there was. Ben done forgot.
Well, very well then. Haru will just tip his hat. It is a very fun game.
Was indeed. Thank you for dinner. I know you are a man who needs only the drink. But a man like me still has mortal needs.
What?
Thank you kindly, sir. You have a good day. Good luck with the poetry. Gets up and walks away.
Gives him very, like, how to describe it? Like, I know that he knows, but I'm wondering how he knows. So it's kind of that, what?
Daisy, you're at home. What's going on at home?
Well, I got home. I walked in and opened up my door. And oh my God, the foul stench that poured out of there.
Oh, no.
Well, my automatic coffee maker just kept running. I forgot to turn it off. So,
Jonathan was coming by to check on your inventions for you with very careful instructions. Unfortunately, he tried to make himself coffee, and that was not something you gave him instructions on.
So it kind of has that smell of burnt coffee, but also since water poured out, there's like mildew smell on the floor. And all my food is rotten. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. It's pretty nasty in there.
Yeah. It's been a couple of days. You're finally just getting it cleaned up. Jonathan is kind of sheepishly visiting with you.
Yeah, until the smell goes away. Come on over to my place tonight.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Letting you know how things are at the mine.
Okay. Well,
See, I've already forgotten his voice. He had kind of a southern drawl, didn't he? There's too many characters in this game that have a southern drawl.
that's the cowboy genre.
He was always kind of just the friendly cowboy like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulling out a good supply of ghost rock. Reckon I'll start making a real profit soon. Hard to keep supplied up there. Food keeps going bad. And you know how it is, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's the oddest thing. Some of my boys keep talking about hearing sounds in the mine, like weird knocking sound.
Like ghost rock machines, or
No, nothing like that. Like knocking on wood. Yeah, we check the supports every day.
they're not breaking.
Some of them weakening up, but we shore them up. We're real careful. Don't want to collapse. Absolutely not. No. Rather pay for the extra timbers, have a smaller profit margin, and a nice safe mine. Can't make money if you're dead.
No. Well, I'm working on that ghost rock extractor, but right now it's not much. Not much. I think I got bigger ideas now.
Sorry about that, Days.
Yeah, well, ghost rock, that's fine. It's the coffee machine that...
I know. You told me not to touch it. I just needed to pick me up, and I thought I could manage. I did not. I'm sorry, Daisy.
That's all right. I didn't explain how it works, and that you have to actually turn it off.
About that time, you get a knock on your door.
Who's that?
Message for Ms. Gilmore.
From whom? I'll open the door, let him in. Or not.
It's some worker for the Iron Dragon. Standing there and says, Miss Lan Hui would like to speak to you.
Lan Hui, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And she did not send Haru?
She did not. No, sir. Ma'am.
Well, how soon does she need to see me?
As soon as possible, is what she requested. Which she probably told him immediately. He's just like, let me translate these into more diplomatic words. At your earliest convenience, please.
All right, well, I'll thank him.
And he goes scurrying off.
Yeah.
That sounds like a spider.
Yeah, I guess I'll, let Jonathan Graves know that, well, it looks like I go talk to Lan Hui.
Oh, well, good luck. That woman scares me.
Have I actually met Lan Hui yet?
Yeah, once or twice. I think never alone.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because in the group. All right.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you go to Jacksonville to meet with. Actually, no. Actually, you go to the Medford Rail Station is where you're directed to go.
Okay.
Go in some of the offices there, and Lon Hui is standing at a desk going through some paperwork.
Hello, Miss Way.
Ah, Ms. Gilmore, thank you for coming to see me. You. Yes, thank you. I trust you are well, Ms. Gilmore.
I'm doing all right. Still got all my fingers.
That is good to see. By chance, did you bring that fascinating contraption of yours with you?
Of course.
May I see it, please?
Sure. Now,
Put the railgun down on the table.
yeah, now be careful with it.
And she doesn't actually touch it. She's like,
Okay.
interesting. Thank you. Right here, please. And a worker comes over and drops something that's wrapped in like burlap down,
Okay.
and then she pulls the burlap from it. Doesn't exactly match your railgun.
Oh, because, yeah.
It's a lot more cumbersome. Someone couldn't use it. You easily can tell that a person could not use it as a ranged weapon, but they definitely could use it to drive a railroad spike through rail and wood into the ground. Because it is your daddy's.
I was going to say, it does
Railgun.
look very familiar.
It looks
Because
very familiar.
I would say Denver Pacific has a few rail guns like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, I know what that is.
I thought you might. I recognized your railgun in the design. And I was curious. I understand your father worked for the Denver Pacific,
Yes.
and your father has gone missing.
That's what I heard from them.
How long has he been missing?
Oh, many months now. Since
Funny.
summer.
Since summer. See, I've been looking for ways to speed up construction of the spur line to Xincheng, seeing as, well, we've been working on that since summer. And my workers have made, as of yet, no progress. So I reached out to a small company that was affordable out of Salt Lake City, owned by one Dr. Osiris Cordova. They advertised a automated spike impaler that would speed up operations. Then they sent me a prototype to test before making a bulk order. This is what I got.
Well. Do you know who's making these for them?
I do not. But I would be very interested.
They might be the ones who have my daddy.
I suspect they might, or they might know from who they're getting their supplies.
Or, yeah. Salt Lake City, huh?
Yep. I thought that information might be valuable to you.
It is. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gilmore, for your service in defending the Iron Dragon rails a few months ago. Actually, less than a month ago.
Yeah.
End of October. If the Iron Dragon can be of any help in the future, please let me know.
Oh, definitely, thank you. Thank you very, very much. I now have a lead to know where to go find my daddy.
Best of luck. I will be ordering about a dozen of these. Maybe you'd be interested in picking them up for me when they're ready?
And would this be going to Salt Lake City?
It would.
I think that sounds like something I'd be willing to do.
Oh, good. I'll make sure my chief of police makes himself available to help.
All right. That would be Haru, right?
Yes.
Now that her Chinmei, I get confused who's working for who sometimes.
Supposedly, they're both working for the same company, same boss.
Yeah.
Macario. How's that ranch of yours doing?
Not so good. I imagine that everything he planted has rotted completely.
Yep.
Nobody's been watering it for a couple weeks, and then
Well,
all the rot
and
came
it's
through.
frozen now.
It's frozen. Oh, I should have hired a hand or something. This is terrible.
Do you have any livestock?
No, he just had guapito.
Okay.
But yeah, he's kind of like looking at his tomatoes, and they're just sagging and rotting, and it's frozen. And I'm going to have to buy food. This is not good. He's kind of lamenting his situation.
Mm-hmm. You heading to town?
Yeah, he'll head into town.
You head into Jacksonville, and you're looking, you and see if you can find any food to buy. It's all expensive. It's very expensive. And you're feeling a little downtrodden, a little bummed out, when you notice a young woman kind of stands out in the crowds of people walking around, going about their business. It's a young Native American woman, black hair, and she's carrying a basket of flowers.
He sees the flowers, and his eyes are immediately drawn to it because it's the only thing that's not gray.
Yeah, they stand out very vibrantly.
He sees like yellow, red, blue colors. Mm-hmm. There's no question.
Yeah,
he must seek it. Yeah, so he'll kind of like almost mesmerized walk over to the woman and make eye contact.
She looks up and she gives you a bright smile. She's got brown eyes.
And who are you?
I am Loha. Who are you?
Macario.
Macario. That's a nice name.
Where did you find flowers this time of year?
Where did she find them? Oh.
You can say something mysterious.
Oh, it's going to be mysterious, all right. By Giwas.
Giwas? Where is that?
Maybe you know it as Crater Lake.
Crater Lake. Where did they come from? He has this look of kind of remembering horror on his face.
From the rim. It is a sacred place. The flowers glow. The flowers grow quite beautifully and late into the season.
That is very interesting. I did not know flowers would grow anywhere, even a sacred place this time of year. But I must warn you, don't go out to the island.
The island is a sacred place too, but one does not venture there.
Good plan.
You've been to Giwas then, if you know of the island.
Yes, but I did not see flowers there.
When did you go?
It was...
It was September, October-ish.
It was September, October-ish.
Well, yeah, it was not the right time of year, and they grow on the far side of the rim. But you stand out, Macario.
Well, he looks down at his bright, colorful clothes and he says, well, I tried to bring brightness even when there is darkness. I'm pretty simple in this way. I hope it puts a smile on others' faces.
puts a smile on my face. It's good to see someone else bringing color.
I agree. I like your flowers. Thank you.
Would you like one?
Of course, yes.
She hands you a yellow one, a yellow bloom.
He finds like a blue spot on his shirt and pins it in there.
And she smiles.
It looks beautiful. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
I've never seen you in town. Did you just get here?
Oh, no, I come and go. Sometimes I spend a little time in town. Sometimes I prefer the ways of my people and wander.
I have not had much chance to meet your people. Just one shaman.
A shaman?
His name, what was it? Scroll?
I do not know that name. We don't really have too many shamans now, not since the wars long ago, but there's a few of us still live here in the valley, our lands. We try to live in peace, of course. It's better that way.
Peace. I wonder, have your people had trouble with the trees?
The trees? No. The trees are the spirit of the forest, and they protect us.
The spirit of the forest. And does it protect itself?
If it needs to.
And things are starting to line up in Macario's mind. He's connecting Tetris pieces. That, I see. And what makes the forest happy?
Well, that's an interesting question. What makes the forest happy, what makes the spirits that watch over us happy is for their wards to live peacefully in harmony with each other.
And who are their wards?
All of us. You, my people, these settlers. They don't know it. They don't appreciate it. But everyone benefits from the protection of the spirits of the valley.
I love peace, but I have seen many people, many bad people. I do not know that we will ever have peace, true peace.
That's why people like you and I, Macario, must bring color to the valley.
What? Did someone tell you that?
That's just what we do.
He looks a little bit scared and disturbed, and I'm guessing at this point she kind of walks off or something.
Kind of cryptically. Smiles and then kind of like, I hope to have the chance to talk to you again, Macario. It was a pleasure to meet you. I must go, though.
He doesn't say anything else. He's just trying to kind of process it all.
I kind of imagine that group of people move between the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she goes behind just a little wagon or something. She's just gone.
She's just gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And maybe something else that you noticed prior to like walking up to her is she wasn't like collecting money for these flowers. She was just handing them out.
Do I still have the flower?
Yeah, the flower's still there.
Yeah, he touches it, kind of feels the petals. That insane.
Yep.
The moment Haru got done with his haiku, he would have had a young boy or courier or whatever deliver it to Rachel wherever she's at.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, Rachel is not
I know, I'm going to
at
get
her office because Rachel is with Ross out at the Fitzgerald homestead a few hours outside of Jacksonville. You're standing in the snow. You're probably bundled up. You've got some sort of fur-lined jacket.
Oh, she's definitely wearing her winter coat.
Ross is just wearing his duster doesn't look like he's even remotely bothered by the cold. But you're standing out in front of the burned out remains of the Fitzgerald homestead. And Ross, you're on your horses, and Ross leans forward and says, "Well, what do you reckon happened?"
I reckon they started a fire.
Someone started a fire.
Is it like the whole homestead is just like burnt
Gutted.
to ashes?
Yep.
Anyone seen the Fitzgeralds in town?
Not lately, hence the welfare visit.
Oh, shit.
Well, better keep your guns loose in your holsters. And he hops off of his horse, Enoch.
Yeah, she's gonna swing off Oakley. And, is there a tree nearby that she could...
There's plenty of trees.
I figured. That she could, like, tie Oakley to.
And Kane throws you the reins to Enoch.
Yeah, she'll lead the horses over, and it's like a low-hanging branch or something, and just, throw the reins over the loop them once.
Yep. The tree branch came. Curse, no.
Oh, God. She's gonna, like, give the tree a wary glance and then gently, like, pat the bark.
There's no response. It's just the cold.
Yeah.
Maybe a good dollop of hunger there.
Oh, yeah, she's
Food
definitely
just doesn't
hungry.
seem to be all that filling when you can get it. And Ross has already walked on over to the burned shell of the house. What do you do?
She's probably gonna cautiously step in to see if she can spot bodies.
All right, give me a notice roll, +2.
Notice. Nine?
You don't see any bodies, but you see a trail of ash leading away from the snow through the snow from the ruins through the snow towards the tree line, opposite of where you put the horses.
Okay. Trail of ash, not blood.
Nope, not blood. Ash. Looks like something heavy was dragged through the snow too.
She's gonna kind of, get Ross's attention.
How do you get Ross's attention?
Well, is he in the house with her, or did he stay
He's
outside?
standing nearby, yeah. He's
Okay.
walking around the perimeter.
She's gonna call out, "Hey, Ross, got something over here.
Comes walking
Some sort
over.
of trail.
What do you got, deputy?
Well, it ain't a body, but it looks like something was dragged out of here."
Better follow it.
Yeah.
And he's fast. He doesn't unfasten his gun or anything, but he kind of looks to you and be ready.
Yep. Is Scout with us?
Yeah, Scout's with you.
Okay.
He's staying by your side, solidly by your side. You walk through the snow towards the tree line, and as you're walking, Ross kind of glances over at you and says, when we're out here by ourselves, we don't have to keep up appearances. You can call me Kane.
Just feels weird.
Feels weird being called Ross. Feels weird being called Abraham.
Well, expect it'll take me time to get used to that. I was introduced to you as Ross. Think of you as Ross.
Yeah.
I start calling you Kane, then one day I'm gonna say the wrong name at the wrong time.
Yeah, I suppose. Just don't go forgetting, in case anything happens.
What are you talking about?
Oh, the usual things a dead man talks about. Yeah, it looks like we got someone in the tree line there. And yeah, you go walking up, and you see kind of stretched out in the snow, tangled in vines, the half-burnt body of a human. Except, looks wrong.
Wrong, like a human who was burned in a fire? Wrong?
No. I mean, there's that, yes, but limbs, a little too long. Patches of burnt fur where there shouldn't be. The jaw's wrong too. A little too pronounced. Teeth, a little too sharp.
What the hell? She's just gonna... She's not gonna draw, but she's gonna approach cautiously.
And judging by the way, like, the snow's kind of messed up and torn around and thrown about, this person weren't dead when they were dragged from the burning wreckage of the house.
Is it...
like a vine wrapped around its throat, strangling it.
She's gonna point that out to the sheriff. That's what I'm talking about when we say the trees ain't natural.
So I see. Of course, I believed you always, but let's be honest. Macario started off cryptic and then started explaining. Let's see what this feller has to say. He kind of leans down next to the body and pulls the glove off his hand.
So what are you doing?
Hush.
What?
Puts his hand on the body.
Does she recognize that's a Fitzgerald?
No, I don't think you recognize who this was.
Oh, okay.
They're between the burn and the mutation. You have no idea.
It's impossible to ID.
Yeah. They're frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has his hand on the corpse's shoulder for like a second, throws his arm off. Oh.
What the hell was that? Scout's like barking.
Scout's not barking. Scout's growling.
Oh. Yeah.
Kane looks at you, his amber eyes that kind of seem to gleam a bit, even in the light. One of the, I guess you could say, perks of being dead. Sometimes you can get an idea of what the dead have to say.
Involuntarily, Rachel's going to take a step back from him.
He just maintains a level gaze of you. He's accustomed to this reaction.
You're going to have to run that by me again there, boss. You can...
You know I'm harrowed.
You can talk to the dead.
Can talk to the recently dead.
So
sometimes the not so recently dead too. They're very talkative, actually. You'd be surprised. They got a lot to say.
So you're telling me you can talk to the dead?
I'm pretty sure I used those words, yes.
Then what the hell have you got me running around investigating shootings and murders for? If you could just go on up to the body and ask him who done it.
Right. How do you explain that then? Where do you get the evidence to show to a mundane court who don't know about the scary stuff that's out there?
Well, maybe the spirit could tell you where to find some evidence.
Also, a lot of time, them bodies are already buried in the graveyard.
You are one crazy son of a bitch.
I'm dead, deputy. I'm a dead man who didn't have the good sense to stay dead.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I ain't crazy. Anyway, this son of a bitch here was hungry.
Well, yeah, we're all hungry.
No. You ever hear about the Donner Party? Back in 46, 47?
Yes. Don't reckon there's many who ain't heard of the Donner Party. Poor folks.
Yeah. So when I say this fella were hungry, I mean, like, Donner Party. Hungry.
You mean he was eating people?
Yeah, I heard some whispers. We need to check the cellar.
Oh, God. Let's go get this over with.
Yeah.
She's going to just turn around and trudge angrily back through the snow.
You do. Your head back, and then you hear a gunshot ring out right behind you.
She's going to draw on instinct and roll around.
You turn and you see Kane standing there. He's got his big damn gun. He's just fired a hole through the forehead of the cadaver lying there.
What the hell are you doing? He's already dead. Scared the shit out of me.
Making sure. Just making sure.
She's going to holster her gun.
Holsters his gun and falls after you. Call it insurance. I mean, a fellow like me came back. So you go back. Give me a notice roll. You're trying to find where the cellar was in this burned out ruin. You're searching. Finally, you hear Kane. Over here.
So she'll head over to where he is. Kind of, ducking.
Kind of breaks open this burned cellar door. Kind of actually reaches down. It looks like it's barred and heavy. And he just pulls it off.
Rachel's just giving him this look like, sure, must be nice.
It ain't. It really ain't.
I mean, she doesn't say that. She's just...
No, he sees the look. He just says, it ain't. It really ain't. There's a few perks, but... why don't you just ask Haru about the constant voice in your head? In his head.
I don't want to talk about that.
Guess what I got?
You as well?
Every single one of us.
Do you know... Well, I guess this isn't the time.
Time for what?
I'm worried about Haru, and I want to see if there's something I can do. But...
Like what?
Like, get that thing out of him.
The only surefire way is permanent lack. You destroy the brain, you destroy the demon forever.
Yeah.
You destroy Haru.
I can't accept that. There's got to be some other way.
I met someone once who was capable of such a feat. I refused on account of having work to do here on this earth. I don't know where he's at now. Oh. But I reckon there's a rare few like him who can perform the same thing. Holy men and such.
It's good to know.
I wouldn't count on it, Rachel.
I gotcha.
Don't get your hopes up. Because first you gotta find a rare individual like that. And then them holy folk ain't usually keen on helping undead abominations like Haru and I.
Haru ain't an abomination, and neither are you.
We are what we are. We are monsters made by the forces at work here. The forces of evil, Rachel. That we choose to do good with what we have been given is all that makes us different. Choice. Choice and strength of will to fight against the thing within us.
Right. I wouldn't call that an abomination.
I wish some of the folk I knew believed like you did. Things might have been different.
Well, I wish a lot of things about this world were different.
Alright, let's go in this cellar.
Yeah. She's gonna call down first.
Too much bonding.
Too much heavy talk.
Is it pitch black? Like the cellar? Is there any light leaking?
There's a little bit of light
Coming down
spilling
from the
down from
opening.
above.
I don't want to fire a flare down there. I feel like that would be
There's enough light. You
bad
can
idea.
see. Like standing up from where you're at, there's not really anything to see. But if you go down there, you'd be able to see fine.
Oh, okay.
And Kane will lead the way, actually.
I figured.
Steps down. Get this very, very George Takei sort of, oh my.
Oh, Rachel's gonna fall right down after him. What is in the cellar? Dare I ask?
So, you kind of see Kane's eyes glowing slightly in the darkness.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah. You also see in half light a body hanging from the ceiling of the cellar. And it's burnt. And it's burnt pretty bad, but you can also tell that this thing's been half eaten.
Jesus Christ.
Not exactly the god I would have intoned, but yeah.
Is this one of the Fitzgeralds? Or is it still can't
Good
recognize?
luck.
I mean, she's got to know what happened
It's
to them.
beyond recognition, but Kane kind of looks at you and says, so that feller we saw in the woods, that was Gregor Fitzgerald.
Well, shit. Who's this then here? Can you say howdy?
No, I don't appreciate that tone. And it ain't say howdy, right? Talking to the spirits of the dead, calling them from beyond the grave. It's a little bit more solemn and serious, not just what, oh, for fuck's sake, yes, okay, all right, howdy.
Yeah, Rachel's just like giving her those looks like she just raises an eyebrow at him like, are you really going to give me your whole spiel or are you just going to talk to the spirit?
Yep, that was Martha Fitzgerald.
Did the Fitzgeralds have kids?
I don't hear their whispers.
Well,
They must have eaten their bones and everything, because I sense that same hunger in Martha's spirit.
can she look around the cellar for any signs of the kids?
Sure. Give me a notice roll. Straight notice roll.
4?
4? Yeah, you find a corner. There's a few small teeth and maybe a broken, burned out jaw.
So, Rachel's searching the cellar and she comes across these teeth and she just freezes and, just looks at these teeth. And it's like she's not, her hand starts to just shake a little bit.
Rachel,
Yeah.
you all right there? What'd you find?
Well, I think I found... She's just gonna kind of stand up slowly and back away. And Ross can probably see that her hand is shaking.
Mm-hmm.
I think I found the kids.
All right. Check my saddlebags. I got some kerosene. I got some dynamite. Kindly fetch those. I'll go get Gregor.
Right. She's just gonna out of the cellar.
Yep. So he drags Gregor's misshapen, malformed corpse back over to the house. He takes the kerosene from you, pours it all over the inside of the cellar where he's put the bodies. And then he walks out with you, holds the stick of dynamite.
And there's a noticeable difference in Rachel's attitude now. Before, it was like, oh, I'm out with the boss. And we're, how cops are when they're investigating that,
Yeah.
crime cop humor. of like it's shit that we deal with, but we have to crack jokes or we go insane.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's more like her voice is tight. It's like she's tense. It's like she wants to get out of there.
Yeah, he pulls the cigar from his mouth, lights the stick of dynamite, throws it over his shoulder into the cellar, and then kind of like push. All right, walk a little quicker, a little quicker. All right, run. We're walking too slow. And then boom, there's a big explosion of fire, and yeah, Kane destroys the evidence.
Do you look at the explosion?
No. Well, do you?
No, she probably doesn't.
Yep, no one looks at the explosion. Everyone's a badass.
Perfect.
You walk away in slow-mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of jogging away at the end.
No need to worry about the shockwave.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't never seen anything quite like that.
I ain't seen anything ever like that. What are we going to tell the folks back in town?
Tell them that there was an oil spill. There was a fire. No one made it out alive.
Right.
Better than the truth, sadly. God help me. It's a hard thing we do, Rachel. Well, this ain't just normal law enforcement. You gotta know this.
I picked up on that a couple months ago when I found out that my boss was a walking corpse.
Walking, talking corpse. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. This shit ain't easy even when you ain't pretending to lead another life. Did my time with the Rangers. Saw lots of things. Saw lots of things before then, but...
Yeah, I see my share of weird.
I bet you have. We'll get back to town. Drinks are on me.
Yeah. Thanks.
And as you're riding back to town, you kind of looking around, a little creepified because of what you saw, and you can't help but notice set tracks in the snow, off, kind of out of the way, but just visible wolf tracks, big wolf tracks.
Oh, that's interesting, because I was going to say, actually, Rachel would probably take this opportunity to hunt a little bit to look for some food.
You know, you see lots of wolf tracks, but you don't see a whole lot of game. As far as food goes, everyone can have the amount of money they have currently, because food's goddamn expensive. You can too, because you still nosh a bit now that you've absorbed the essence of the gluttonous ogre.
Oh yeah, I mean, at least I can eat I can eat spoiled food. So
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Actually, you're probably buying spoiled food on discount. So
I was going to say Rachel was going to point the tracks out to Ross and say, folks are hungry. I've been thinking lately of putting together some sort of hunting party, looking for some game. I mean, here's some tracks right here.
yeah, I wouldn't go hunting for that. I certainly wouldn't eat it. Those are wolf tracks. I mean, okay, let's be fair. I would eat it. But I'm dead. And I can eat just about anything.
Meat is meat. People are starving. Gotta get some food into this town. A wolf would feed a lot of people.
You'd think that.
Or other game.
But if Age of Empires has taught me anything, a wolf won't feed you anyone.
I'm just saying, I think I'm going to put together some sort of hunting party and just see if we can find any game out here in these...
Well, just be careful.
These lovely, lovely trees.
Yeah. You know, it's odd. Talking about these trees like they're bad. Was that Gregor Fitzgerald? He was turning into something. And those trees killed him.
Well,
Maybe there's an angle here we haven't explored yet.
I ain't the one to know about any of this. Just tell me where to point my gun and I'll shoot it.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Except now I gotta figure out where to point. Let me do some research. You want to take a hunting part out, that's fine. You do that on your off time, and you fucking be careful.
Yeah. People gotta eat, though.
Yeah.
Not all of us can just... She'll just gesture at him.
All of you.
You just gestured at all. Yeah, I know. Not everyone is harrowed like Haru and myself. Let me tell you what, though. It ain't all peaches and cream being dead. Pretty sure Haru can tell you all about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, take care of yourself, Deputy. Let me go home and get a bite to eat.
Yep.
I'll go see you to the jail.
Come on, Scout. She'll whistle. Which I cannot do.
You're heading through Jacksonville.
Do I actually go back to the sheriff's office?
You probably rode up to the sheriff's office.
But didn't go inside?
Didn't go inside.
So I still don't see the poem then that was delivered.
Oh, that's right. Do you want to go back to the sheriff's
No,
office?
I'm fine like leaving this as like an, what's the word I'm looking for? A Chekhov's gun that hasn't fired off yet. Is it like wrapped though, or is it like an open for...
It would have been in an envelope, and he would have given it to a kid saying, I don't know where the deputy is. Find her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you leave Kane Rose, Abraham Ross, and the sheriff's office, and you ride back through town towards your own homestead. And you're on the outskirts of town when you bump into a familiar sight.
Macario?
No, Skell.
Oh, nice.
Looks like he's just leaving town himself, headed back towards his own path towards, you assume, Table Rock. He's got a sack of goods over his shoulder.
Is he walking?
Yeah, he's walking.
I'm on my horse?
Yep.
So she's going to kind of just, raise her hand in greeting. Like,
stops, turns, squints at you, and then raises his hand in greeting back.
so he's carrying a sack, you said?
Yeah,
Of food?
presumably.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, you don't have X-ray vision as far as
This
I know.
is true, I guess. I mean, does it look like a sack of wheat?
No, it just looks like a sack of
Oh.
stuff. Maybe you see like the outlines of some jars.
Howdy, Skell.
Hello, Deputy.
How are you?
I am Skell. No. I am well.
Everyone's a fucking clown in this valley.
Macario has been successful.
At least some of us are clowns in this valley. I have to admit.
I am well. I trust your old wounds trouble you no more.
They don't.
Good.
Thanks to you.
I'm glad.
It's funny running into you like this. I actually had been meaning to ride out to Table Rock to see you.
Is that so? How convenient. I've been meaning to contact you, in fact.
Oh, well then this is fortuitous.
Quite. Would you like to follow me to my camp? We can share the warmth of a fire and speak, or would you rather talk now and here?
I was about to invite you back to my home, but
Okay.
I could follow you to your camp as well. Whichever you would
I
prefer.
leave the decision to you.
No, you
Miss-
go
Miss
first.
Kennedy.
You go.
Are we closer to my house or to his camp?
Probably. Yeah. No, you're definitely a lot closer to your house than you are to Table Rock
Okay.
from Jacksonville.
Since you're closer to my house, let's go there. Get out of this cold weather. I'd be happy to brew up some hot water and...
I have some herbs to make a tea. I think that's what your people call it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the proper name would be otherwise. Yeah, tea.
You're always welcome at my home.
I thank you for your generosity. It is quite unexpected.
Well, you've done a lot for me. Probably more than I deserve.
I have done little. Deputy Rachel, you have done a great service, not only for me, but for this valley. But I have no horse, but I will follow you on foot.
She'll get down and walk her horse
Okay.
and
you
walk
get,
with him.
You walk back to your little homestead, and you're sitting inside. You've got an herbal tea that Skell has made, and you're drinking it.
Is it ginger by any chance?
No, it's not ginger.
Oh, peppermint?
It might be peppermint. Is peppermint native to North America? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a peppermint tea. You had a question for me, Deputy?
A couple questions, actually. I'm not quite sure where to begin. I guess I'll go with the most pressing one. I'm sure you've noticed that food is pretty scarce in the valley.
It had come to my attention, yes.
I know we took care of that spirit out at Giwas, but I was wondering if maybe...
It kind of gives you a raised eyebrow for knowing or for remembering the name. More like an appraising, like respectful, like,
okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if maybe something went wrong. I thought it was supposed to help with the food.
Well, that in fact relates to what I wished to speak to you about. There are many spirits in the hunting grounds. Some good, some benign. Several bad. And from time to time, a bad one makes its way from the spirit world, the hunting grounds where it belongs, and here into our world. I fear that one such has made its way into our world and is now afflicting our valley. I know not where it is lurking, but I have been searching. The only thing I can say is I'm pointing in the wrong direction in the real world, but he points in the right direction. The Great Mountain, I think your people call it McLaughlin.
Yeah.
It's somewhere over there.
Is this going to be like at Giwas, do you think?
Worse. This spirit's a lot more powerful.
Well, how is
angry, hungry.
pretty powerful spirit.
I'm sure you and your friends are more than up to the challenge. It's not often one stands up to one of the great spirits and lives.
Yeah.
I heard about what you did in, what do they call it? Xinjiang?
Something like that.
The Great Serpent.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
I can imagine. We were, of course, aware of the presence of the Great Serpent. Usually it slumbers and troubles no one.
That's good to know, because we left.
There's no shame. That is a spirit beyond most mortal ken. But I think this spirit of famine lurking at Mount McLaughlin will be a little more handable. That's a terrible word. That's not even a word.
Manageable.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of myself. I'm going to start over so I can cut that out because...
Or handables. They can be like
Oh, no.
teeth on hands.
I think you shall find the spirit at Mount McLaughlin much more manageable.
I hope so. Because it sounds like I'm going to be going to Mount McLaughlin.
Quite likely. I don't know where it resides just yet. But as soon as I learn, once I have accomplished the dances of my people, I will let you know.
That's good, because I think it's going to take some convincing to get Macario to travel with us. He seems a bit... How shall I say this?
I will provide talismans. It's the least I can do. That will perhaps help protect you.
That would be most appreciated.
As the last of my people, it's the least I can do to help safeguard what our legacy has left behind.
Well, the way I see it, folk need to eat.
Yes, we do.
So...
And you're getting sleepier and sleepier, and his tea is just like really
What?
affecting you.
Did he drug the tea? That's so bitch. So she's gonna yawn then and just say like, "Pardon me, it's been a long day."
Yeah, you yawn, kind of like rub your eyes, and then you look up and you say, "Pardon me, it's been a long."
Is he gone?
He's gone.
What? How did he even do that? Is it like hours later?
Yeah, it is pretty late.
Fuck, that's rude. Of Rachel. And him. He drugged her.
Did he though?
I don't know. I feel like she wouldn't just fall asleep randomly.
If you're sleepy.
I mean, when you gotta sleep, you gotta sleep. It's gonna be a couple days later.
Well, days I can assume that you found the letter now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rachel probably found the poem.
I was just like, nah, no, I'm gonna leave that to somebody
That'd
else.
be really sad if like Haru's like, I sent her this poem and then she just hadn't seen it because she hasn't been in the office yet, and that's where the boy left it.
Yep.
And so, but he like, it's just like Rachel must not return my feelings. She's ignored me.
No, you find the letter for sure. Now, whether you respond in kind is entirely up to you.
I can only imagine, now that you've said that she's found the letter, I was going to say, I can only imagine the way that would have gotten lost as it got set on the desk, and Ross, while trying to shuffle through paperwork, was like...
Oh, that totally happened. Well, no, I got set. You have a separate desk from Ross, so...
I mean, yeah, that's true. I do have my own desk.
You just never...
Ross
Go to
would
it.
not be the person who would go through Rachel's mail.
No, I don't
Is
think he
he?
went. I wouldn't say he went through her mail. I'm more
Yeah.
just like setting paperwork down.
Not
and
unless
stuff.
it's
Right.
sat for too long. You're just like, okay, all right. Hey, deputy, you got a letter.
A letter.
Like peg you in the face with the envelope.
She's gonna, grab the letter. Like, who's writing me a letter?
I don't know, but it's collecting dust. You better open it.
She's gonna open it.
I didn't look, but now I'm curious.
Do you need to read it again?
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna open it. And then, did he sign it?
No, he would have left it for you to like
Oh, yeah.
kind of like.
I have a feeling though she would know who it's from.
Would she?
Ross! God damn it! That's private, personal.
Someone's got to read it out loud.
The stars. Oh God, that's not his voice. The stars shine brightly like your eyes in the night sky.
God damn it, Ross.
You make my heart beat. Oh, that's only something a dead man would write. Trust me, I know. I am one. I didn't write it, though. I like you, deputy. Not like
I
that.
know you didn't write me that. I know who wrote that.
Oh, you wound me. I know I just denied writing it. But
Ross,
that
you can't
hurts.
even, like, write a report, let alone any...
So offended.
Just give me that poem back, and she's gonna take it back. This is mine. It's private.
Uh-huh. So, what's the word?
Well, I gotta...
Had to bite my finger.
How long has this letter been here?
A couple days.
A couple days.
I don't go through your mail, deputy. I ain't that much of a snoop until it starts collecting
She's just
dust.
gonna like, oh crap, and just like get up and run out of the office
What? No.
with the poem.
Deputy!
She's gonna go run to find Haru.
Yeah, you find Haru being accosted by one Joe Kelly, who is demanding answers to why the Iron Dragon hasn't done anything about all the people who have mysteriously vanished off of its trains here in Medford. Go.
I really want you to slap her.
And y'all are here, we'll say.
Because
We're all
I'm-
here. You're all here.
Miss Kelly, I will tell you again, we are doing everything within our power. Now please go bother somebody who wants to hear your incessant rambling and
Look,
questions.
I need you for protection, okay? Because something weird is going on the Iron Dragon, and I am gonna find out what it is.
I am doing everything in my power, staying up as late as I possibly can.
It's pretty late.
I promise you, I am just as concerned for these missing people as you are. I
Hey, look.
promise you that.
I got a great solution to this that makes everybody happy. Tell her you got a lead and takes us somewhere that no one else is around, and then we shoot her in the head. She doesn't come back from the dead. I get to kill someone. She stops asking you questions. Everybody's happy.
I knew he was going to say something like that. It was just like, I almost said Haru like out loud in front of Kelly, be like, "Is it involved killing someone? Because if it does, shut up."
Do you see that out loud?
No. It's just that was what Haru's.
You know, I give you all the easy solutions, and you reject them.
I do not wish for an easy life.
Look, my plan is simple. I'm gonna ride the train before the solstice. I just need to make sure that I got people watching my back, so whenever what happens, there's witnesses and people to protect me around. I'll pay ya.
Where are you riding this train to?
I'm not actually going to ride the train, but I'm going to make whoever is taking these people think I'm going to ride the train. So I'm going to have like my bag ready to go, ticket in my hand, but I'm going to blend in with the crowd.
Why do you think the kidnappers would choose you?
What makes you more special than any other person, other than you being a reporter?
I'm an outsider. I ain't part of this town. Everyone who's gone missing has not put down roots here. They've been passing on through.
Not since the railroad got finished. Prior to that, it was railroad workers. Prior to the railroad, people went missing.
What he said.
Not what I said, but in your words.
Maybe they just moved on in life and didn't feel like letting anyone know. It's not really a lot of people.
2 people every year, like clockwork.
There's been a lot more people missing out of Medford in the last month around here.
People leave, people die, people disappear in the woods, never come back. What makes you think this so special, so different?
Well, the fact that over half of them have missing person reports filed on them. I don't know if that's a thing then.
Yeah, like probably not as well tracked or taken seriously, but
I mean, you'd be usually like a angry mother coming in, my kid's gone missing, and he's...
Sheriff Ross.
I've done my
going, "Oh, God."
research.
Yep.
You know, people going into local law, talking about missing family members.
Haru is also, by the way, has a small bottle in his hand as he's drinking. Railin says, "Your plan is crazy.
So crazy, it just might work.
So
And get
crazy,
herself
it
killed.
just might work.
I like it. I'm up for anything that involves killing and death.
Well, fine. I will watch."
All right, everyone. I know y'all can't hear me, but mark this day. Haru just agreed with me.
Good. What about you, Miss Gilmore? Can I count on you?
Well, I don't see why not. I spent a lot of time hanging around this station, so I wouldn't look too out of place.
I'm only agreeing to this plan, so you just leave me alone. I do not like reporters meddling around in what I do.
You know, there's an easy solution to that. I mean, it happens all the time. Back east, middle of the country. I mean, reporters go missing literally all the time. Folk kill them. It's really easy. I've done it a couple of times for money.
I aim to get to the truth, whatever that may be.
They're always after the truth. That's their Achilles heel. You tell them, oh, hey, I'll show you the truth. All you gotta do is come out to this real secluded place, tell no one whatsoever, because that might tip somebody off, and then, boom, they're dead. Well, you don't usually use a gun. You cut their throat or something like that and toss them. Done it in a bayou before. It's fun times.
Sometimes the truth is dangerous.
Don't I know it?
You know, they say the
I
truth
work
will
for the
set you free.
epitaph, Mr.
Sometimes
Matsuhara.
literally.
At this point, Macario gets back from the outhouse. Is that the reporter? Uh-oh.
You see Haru, like, temple rubbing, frustrated face as he's looking over Joe Kelly, like...
I think Joe probably has her back to you, so she doesn't notice you at first. But if she sees, like, anyone's eyes flick over her shoulder at you, then she's going to turn around and just, oh, Macario, good to see you again.
The cryptic clown.
The cryptic clown.
Oh, now I have a nickname. This is no good.
Have you thought about, that, proposal about the gardening section?
Yes, have you added one?
No? We're still waiting to hear what plants you might recommend for it.
Well, I do not have too much to say of plants. I don't know where you got such a crazy idea. Especially not here. What do you want? Why are you bothering my friends?
I've just hired your friends to watch my back during a little investigation.
I'm telling you, it'll be the easiest thing in the world. Will save you a lifetime of heartache and trouble. Maybe not heartache, but
I will be
just kill
kill
her.
I will be.
I'd be willing to hire
Right
you
back.
on too as an extra pair of eyes.
Walks away to yell at Lazarus in a private place.
Haru, outhouse is other way.
Thank you, Macario.
Are you gonna yell at me again? Because I really don't appreciate that. It hurts my feelings.
So if Macario walks away from Joe, I feel like then Rachel's gonna like run up to him like all
Okay.
flustered with the poem like clutched in her hand.
Oh, Haru.
Hey, did you write the line about killing people in there? Is that the one you gave her?
Just quiet.
No. I mean, I helped. I legitimately helped.
She's gonna say, I just found this, Haru.
Oh, she just found it. That means she doesn't care. She probably knew she had letters and didn't give a shit.
It's
You are a most depressing individual.
You know, I'm dead. I'm a demon. I'm in your head.
So Rachel sees that Haru is like being distracted by Lazarus Black, and so she's just gonna grab him and kiss him.
Oh shit!
To like kind of like shut up the voice in his head, even for like a brief
Lazarus even like, oh boy.
moment.
All right, roll a vigor check.
Hey, make a Dominion check.
Oh shit!
Where'd my death bag go?
Oh,
What'd you get?
snake eyes.
Wowie wow.
Oh shit!
Someone's getting their face painted.
So you're gonna go to -1 on your Dominion again, because I'm not even gonna roll.
Yeah.
And yeah, Lazarus takes over, and you kiss Haru, and Haru wraps his arm around your waist and pulls you in. It's actually a lot more passionate than you were expecting.
Okay.
Sorry, I just imagined a corpse making out with somebody. It's very disturbing.
No, it's definitely weird.
I mean, like, especially
She's
with, like...
making out with a corpse.
Yeah, no, that part is totally weird. But yeah, like Haru is caught off guard for a second, stiffens up as kind of probably would be his reaction.
Yeah, it'd be very... Like, I mean, I was going to have it be like that it was most unexpected.
And then kind of relaxes, and even though he's cold to the touch, clammy, he kisses you back.
Okay.
Puts that arm around your waist and pulls you in.
I mean, Rachel will break off the kiss at a certain point because she has to breathe. So.
But I guess that's a good thing, because I don't worry about breathing.
And you see that
Because she's never kissed her before, so she doesn't really know that anything's wrong, per se.
not until you pull back and you see that not quite okay glint in his eyes.
I'm imagining kind of the southern kind of leer.
Yeah.
Thank you, darling.
You! And she's just going to punch him in the face.
Aw. Is that any way to thank a friend? After all, I mean, let's be honest. Haru would have gone. Cold as a fish.
I don't want you at all.
You may not
I
want
want to get
me.
you out of him. It's the last thing I do.
Good luck. I'm pretty sure it don't work like that.
Yeah, well, you're scared of little butterflies, apparently, so I think it's going to be actually fairly easy.
I'm not scared of little butterflies.
You
I
sure
don't
ran
know
in
what
terror
that damn
from
thing
that
did.
little origami butterfly.
No.
If I fold this poem up into a little butterfly right now, you going to just run on away?
No, I'm not. Because that's not what the goddamn butterfly
At this point, they're
did.
making a scene, and Macari's like, lovers quarrel. Nothing to see here.
That origami butterfly cut me off somehow. I don't know what did it, and I reckon whatever deal you made weren't for the best. So probably shouldn't go repeating that. You
let him go.
When I'm good and ready, but I'm in control right now. And let me tell you what, Rachel, you're playing with fire. Whoever you dealt with for that origami, worse than me. All I want is to kill. All I want is to hate. Whatever you're dealing with, it's worse.
You think about that before you cross me, then.
You don't know what you're playing with, deputy.
I ain't playing with anything.
Yeah, so? How's that gun of yours?
It's fine.
Is it? Is it really? Is it really?
Why don't we find out?
Why don't we find out? He reaches forward, he grabs your gun from your holster, grabs Rage, forces it into your hand, and holds it up to his forehead. Pull the trigger.
Daisy pulls out. Hey!
Pull the trigger. Go on.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Go
whoa.
on ahead, Deputy.
Deputy?
I dare you.
No.
You go ahead. You kill me. You kill Haru.
Damn it, Haru! I don't want to have to kill you.
Only thing saving your sorry ass right now.
Indeed. So, let's not be making empty threats now.
It ain't empty.
You can't pull the trigger, Deputy.
Yeah, because you're in Haru's body. Because you're too cowardly.
Always will.
Gotta hide behind Haru. Let him do all the fighting for you, all the work. Just take a free ride on his body. Like the coward that you are.
It's not quite how it works, Deputy. See, I keep Haru alive.
Reporter, let us talk about the trees.
Well, you're probably actually still. Y'all are still like.
Oh, so we're not even there.
Yeah, you're not
Okay,
even
I
there.
thought
I think
like-
this is.
Okay.
I thought this was like
happening
all right
privately.
freaking there.
No, it's not right freaking
Okay,
there.
I was picturing like we're all like just looking at horror as the entire bar is
all
like,
right.
Yeah, no.
turning
This is out by the outhouse.
I can imagine Joe being like, "Oh, this is good."
I know.
scribbling furiously.
He's like, this is the break I've always
drawing
needed.
character pictures.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be working for the big papers now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind.
No.
I guess I'm not pointing a
That
gun at
ain't how it works. It ain't a matter of cowardice. I ain't a fucking coward.
I don't know. Seemed like a pretty fucking coward to me.
I wanted revenge against the man who killed me, so I bound my immortal soul to his. Call that cowardice? He dies. I die permanently. I brought him back. Deputy. I, Lazarus Black, brought him back.
Yeah, I think you're a liar.
I am many things, but a liar I am not. I have always been honest. Honest in my desire to kill, my desire to burn this God-forsaken world down to the core.
I think that's the only honest thing you've said to me.
No, actually, well, okay, yeah, that's a good point. That's about the only thing I've said to you, because we haven't had too many conversations.
Yeah. There's a reason
And
for
I'm
that.
telling you now, Deputy, you're playing with hellfire, whatever this is you're dealing with.
I figure if I got you scared, then
You know who and what you dealt with
I know. But do you know?
all too well, Deputy.
Well, good. Because if you bring Haru to any sort of harm,
Or what? You're gonna make another deal with Malik?
maybe I will.
You're a fool
Maybe this
if
time
you do.
instead of giving me a butterfly, he'll give me a little bunny rabbit, or a little kitten, or a little bluebird, and you'll just scurry on off to wherever you scurried on off to last time.
He's just giving you this really blank stare, and then, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to imply there. No, that ain't how it works. See, I'm pretty sure Moloch said it was some sort of concept that your mortal mind could comprehend, it appearing as a butterfly. But what he did was he cut me off, silenced me. Weren't by my choice. I did not scurry off. You know, when you fall asleep,
Yeah?
you lose control of your body.
No.
Okay.
I'm deeply afraid of Rachel now.
I grow more powerful in sleep.
Have you gone to sleep before?
I mean, I think I'm sleeping. I don't know. I'm asleep.
Or you're asleep, so you're not in control. You control your dreams, Deputy.
Yeah.
Okay, you're bullshitting me.
Haven't you ever heard of lucid dreaming, Lazarus Black?
No, I haven't. What the fuck is that?
Well, you don't know, and I ain't gonna sure shit tell you.
Why does everyone do this? I say I don't know what a thing is. I ask for an explanation, and everyone says, nope, not gonna tell you. You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. Anyway, person ain't normally in control of their body or their dreams when they're asleep. It was a bit like that.
Okay, well, as a metaphor, that totally failed. So.
All I'm saying, all right, you know what? I ain't a fucking coward. I fought in the goddamn Civil War. I was a captain. I led countless charge against the goddamn Union again and again. I never feared death.
I'm not saying you fear death, but you're definitely afraid of something.
Everyone's afraid of something, deputy.
Yeah, but most of us ain't so scared of something that we'd rather hide from.
Oh, is that so? Tell me about Paul, then.
I ain't hiding from Paul.
Are
I
ya?
killed Paul and then I moved on with my life.
You.
And that's what I'm gonna do with you.
That is what you're telling yourself. That's the lie you sell to yourself.
That ain't no
every
lie.
day. You didn't kill Paul.
I killed him. I shot him. And I shot him in the balls and I shot him in the chest.
Ooh.
And that's what I'm gonna do to you if I ever get my hands on you. You goddamn son of a bitch.
A little late for that. I mean, you're welcome to shoot Haru in the balls.
I'm not gonna shoot Haru in the
But
balls.
it's not exactly gonna hurt him either. He's dead.
I think psychologically now. Come on.
It might disconcert him a little bit. It disconcert me too. But ain't hiding. What do I... Rachel, I'm a demon inhabiting an undead corpse. What do I got to hide from?
Me.
Ooh. That's downright exciting. Alright, well, I'll give you Haru back. But you mock my words. You watch out with Moloch.
I don't take any advice from any demons.
You probably should. Well, at least from me. Not from Moloch. Really wouldn't do that. You know what? I take that back. That's a good philosophy, actually. But don't deal with Moloch no more.
It's a good thing I don't have to listen to you. I feel sorry that Haru does.
And Haru just gives you this big, shit-eating grin. Every waking moment.
And
But
that's
hey,
like,
you get that resurrection thing figured out, you'll let me know. I'd like to have a third chance. And Haru, you wake up.
What? I'm not aware.
No, you blacked out.
Blackout. Okay.
so you probably see Rachel just fairly close in your personal space. And so...
Also, I don't think you ever, moved the gun, so the gun's still at, your forehead.
Did I do something wrong?
She's gonna holster the gun.
It was Lazarus again, wasn't it?
Of course it was. Who else would it be?
Oh, shut up.
No. I've said a lot. I guess I will shut up. That's fair.
I am sorry, Deputy.
Don't apologize. It was not your fault.
I
I mean, you're the one that was so weak-willed I could jump in like it was nothing.
was taken aback by your sudden reciprocation of my feelings and let my guard down. It will not happen again.
I'm sorry, Haru.
Sure happened a lot. Probably will happen again. Who's got the upper hand now?
I appreciate your response. We have Miss Jo Kelly. She is a most persistent pain in the ass.
I've got an easy solution. I've said it a bunch of times now.
She's the reporter, right?
Yes, and she's talked a great deal about some disappearances happening 2 times a year, many years, and wouldn't leave me alone.
You should be used to that by now. I mean, you got me every week.
I mean, she's harassing you? You want me to tell her to back off?
No, she has...
Yeah, sick the deputy on her. That'll be even better. Get someone else to do our dirty work. I like this idea. Good plan in there. Good thinking. Yeah.
I've actually kind of thought there might be a moment where Haru pulls his pistol and just shoots where Lazarus is, but like it hits a tree or something, like just like bang.
I knew it wouldn't work, but I really wanted it to.
Lazarus looks down at his chest where the hole should be. Looks back at you. Of course, his body is just burnt.
Yeah.
His skin blackened to a crisp, weeping blood and everything else. So he's already a mess to look at. He's just like, what? Hellfire wasn't enough? You gotta try and put another hole?
No, I don't need... it is something of note to potentially look into, but I don't like reporters for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's probably best if you don't keep too much company with Miss Kelly if we want your condition to stay secret.
Secret.
She's...
Seems like it ain't so secret. That Ezekiel Boone seemed to know.
And I will get to that.
Yeah, sure was weird.
I wish to inform you also, Deputy, as my parasite has let me know.
You know, I don't like that term. I prefer comrade. Yeah. Comrade.
Ezekiel Boone.
Oh, he was the parasite? Okay.
No. You are. Ezekiel Boone, the gambler in town, seems to know of my affliction, and I would very much like to know how.
That's concerning.
It is. But more pressing is this Jo Kelly. The situation she has brought up is most disconcerting, considering that we too have seen strange things happening. It was all I could do to not divulge too much information, for I feel if I divulge too much, it may turn her eyes closer to me, and I would not appreciate her eyes looking too deep. Might I suggest you have a word with her and see if you can bring the sheriff's department in on this?
Yeah, well, people are missing.
So you all return, well, y'all. You two never left. It was just really awkward, like Joe asking a few pointed questions.
It's like Joe's like trying to see what's going on, probably over there. Like, why is Rachel got the gun to?
No, you're not
Renee's
visible.
head?
You're not
Oh,
visible.
okay.
Yeah, we went around a corner, things like that.
Yeah.
Daisy Macario
Joe's
kept
just
moving
like-
around to make sure that she never got a good look.
Hey, look at this.
So
We don't know what's going on out there either, but
Have I showed you my puppets?
He's actually using his distraction spell.
Yeah.
So
Look at this.
Rachel and the deputy, or Rachel and the what's your position at the Iron Dragon? Chief of Police.
Chief of Police.
Chief of Police, eh?
Chief of Railroad Police.
Yeah. Interesting. She's gonna flip out a notebook and just jot a little note down.
I don't think you saw anything that would make you suspicious of any thing going on.
What are you insinuating? They both work in the law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like at this point, I'm not sure you ever even saw Rachel. You just saw
Haru leave.
Haru leave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rather angrily with Lazarus.
Yep.
Which is just a constant emotion, so nothing new.
Nothing new.
Heard the gunshot, maybe.
I don't know if that really happened.
Yeah.
That was an amusing thought, but
Yeah.
I don't think Haru would have done that in the middle of Jacksonville.
No, he would have done that. That would be more of something he does out in the wild.
Maybe you threw your walkie. Like, yeah, you drew it and just right into a tree through Lazarus.
Yeah.
So, am I Rachel now?
Yeah, you're rich
Oh,
now.
okay.
You both walk back in.
Haru's got his hat, like, kind of angled.
Yeah. So, have you given my proposal any further thought?
I mean, Rachel's just kind of looking at you because she hasn't really heard the proposal, but, she'll say, you guys can count on me.
Well, if it will give you a good story and you stop asking questions, then yes.
Great. I mean, it's not, but it'll give me a good story for sure. I won't stop asking questions. I'm a reporter, after all.
What if nothing happens?
Then we'll have to hit the books again.
And we won't
Back to
stop.
square one.
What is the word? Not answering questions.
You won't stop being elusive.
Yeah, elusive. Thank you.
Welcome.
I am Japanese. We are elusive and paradoxical by nature.
Ply a samurai with enough sake and he'll talk.
You do not have enough sake in the world.
Mr. Matsuhara, is that a challenge?
No. I'm not going to play your game.
I thought so. Anyway, here's the plan. I want you to keep an eye on me while I stand at the station waiting. And hopefully whoever is conducting these abductions will take the bait. And I'm relying entirely on you to rescue me when that happens.
Okay.
Sounds pretty simple. Yeah.
Hopefully we can either capture and question these people or track them back to wherever they're taking their victims. And put a stop to this. And get me a story.
Seems an awful big risk on your part, just for a story.
Pursuit of the truth often requires big risks. Imagine an officer of the law like yourself would understand that.
I do. I admire you.
I find her irritating.
Lots of people do. No big change there. I like this journalist. Pragmatic. I respect that. Not afraid to die in pursuit of the truth. I like that too. You should dump the deputy. I can offer $50 for helping.
In pursuit of the law, you need not pay me.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure.
How
Seemed
much?
so reluctant.
How much if you actually get kidnapped?
If you rescue me, if I actually get kidnapped, $100.
Daisy, come on now. We do not want to let her get kidnapped. I see what you're doing. It would be too much trouble. I'll tie a rope around you, and if they try to take you, I'll pull real hard, and they'll never succeed.
I do hope that is a joke, Mr. Bromista.
I was completely serious.
No, that tying a rope around me will give away the whole thing.
True.
We will do our best to protect you. You are at least decent part of the town,
Why, thank you.
if an annoying one.
I like you, just not your questions.
I agree with him.
Mr. Bromista, I can't tell you how often I've heard that, except not quite said in those words.
Well,
And I like you, except for your evasions.
you'll like my evasions when bullets are flying.
Aha.
That was a joke. I got that one.
I tell a lot of jokes. Most people do not get them.
All right, got a plan, and I think we'll call it there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and listening to the Rogue Valley Roleplayers, Valley of Famine. My name is Ben. I've been here with Rosemary, Austin, Ed, and Nick, and I hope you all enjoyed this episode, enjoyed your time with us. We enjoyed our time with you. Yeah, a couple of shout-outs there. Once again, go check out Savage Worlds if you've never heard of them. Pinnacle Entertainment Group is the company that produces it. Go check them out. They're awesome. Also, if you're looking for some weird Western literature to go check out, I've got a recommendation for you. Go look up The Merkabah Rider by Edward Erdelac. It's an amazing weird Western series about a Hasidic mystic and gunslinger, and deals with some Lovecraftian themes. It's awesome. It's a bunch of short stories. The first book in this series is High Plains Drifter, and the second book in the series, which has recently been re-released, is The Mensch with No Name. Go check it out. Go buy it. It's on Amazon. Not that much money. Well worth it. And for those of you here at the table with me, go fucking check it out. It's a good book.
There's so many books on my read list.
Put this at the front of your read list.
Someone's been mentioning these books on Facebook.
I think I have to work my way up.
Yeah, I've been retweeting a lot and yeah, liking a lot on Facebook and stuff. Yeah, and Mr. Erdelac, if you happen to be listening to this, thank you for those awesome book series. Anyway, you all have a good night, and we'll check you out next time.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah. And listen, if y'all care to, Lazarus Black, would take it as a kindness if you leave us a review on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you happen to please to listen to us.
Or he'll shoot you.
I will fucking shoot you. No, I won't, because that's a threat. And I am a figment of many people's imaginations, and I have not that kind of capability. But nonetheless, I would certainly appreciate it if you'd leave us a review. Let us know what you think about it, and especially, just you know what, talk about me, talk about how much you love me, because I know I am the star of this show, and all the other actual players don't fucking matter.
And if you see a clown, tip him.